Historically, we have maintained a strict division between human and machine. In this worldview, computers handle the logic of computation, while humans retain the exclusive right to create. Poetry is the fortress of this human identity. We view it as an art form that requires organic emotion and a lifetime of physical, sensory experience, things a processor cannot simulate. Literature serves as a cultural firewall, keeping our sense of self safe from the cold, predictable automation of technology. At MKBU, researchers disrupted this boundary by tasking ChatGPT with generating original poetry from scratch. The AI produced two distinct works, The Living Archive and The Testament of Rain. The researchers then took a second, more radical step. They forced the AI to perform a deconstructive, poststructuralist analysis on its own poems. This experiment forces the machine to read its own text against itself, exposing how even creative language can be unstable and self-contradictory. The Living Archive initially presents itself as a celebration of harmony, depicting a world where traditional literature and digital databases coexist in peace. To describe the digital archive, the AI uses metaphors of organic growth, like blooming forests, seeds, and roots. This organic imagery is contradicted by the poem's vocabulary. Phrases like silent metrics suggest technological control over natural growth. The resulting language creates a paradox. The archive's coded chain claims to preserve history's living tree, but its structure imprisons memory within a mechanical system. The poem illustrates how technology re-encodes our history. Under the guise of preservation, the archive subjects our organic past to the authority of algorithms. In The Testament of Rain, the AI writes about the sensory experience of weather and the weight of human grief, experiences it can never actually have. This brings us to the work of Catherine Belsey, who argued for the primacy of the signifier in literature. Belsey's theory suggests that poetry doesn't need to reflect the physical world. Instead, it builds meaning through a web of symbolic associations, where the word rain links to concepts like memory or time through language alone. Human poets like Ezra Pound used this same technique, constructing emotional reality through isolated symbolic images rather than direct observation of nature. By utilizing soft consonants and specific rhythmic meters, the AI mimics the sounds we associate with sorrow and the passage of time. This suggests that what we often call the human touch in poetry may actually be a sophisticated arrangement of linguistic symbols, a process the AI has successfully replicated. The first poem ends with a specific plea: minds and machines must keep one human heart. In deconstruction, this is an aporia, a moment where the logic of a text reaches a dead end and begins to undermine its own message. The contradiction is clear. If a machine requires a human heart, it isn't autonomous. But if a machine can possess a human heart, then the heart is no longer a unique marker of humanity. By attempting to bridge the gap between man and machine, the poem exposes a logical impasse that its own language cannot resolve. Artificial intelligence acts as a digital mirror, reflecting the underlying structural patterns of the language we use every day. It highlights a core post-structuralist truth. Our language is an unstable system of symbols, constructed to create an impression of reality rather than reflecting an absolute truth. The boundary between the human artist and the algorithmic tool is becoming increasingly fluid, as both participate in the same linguistic systems. By teaching machines to write our poetry, we have begun to see the mechanical patterns within our own creative expression, revealing that our most human thoughts are often structured by a code of their own.